Right now, I have millions more votes than Cruz, millions more votes than Kasich. I have almost 300 more delegates than Cruz, even though it's a crooked system. Now, there's no path to victory for Cruz, so he should get out. They should both get out. They should. They should both get out.
That was Donald Trump, of course, yesterday pointing out what everyone already knows. He is dominating the delegate count. However, he's still well short of the magic number, the majority, 1237. There are 20 contests roughly still left. Can he get to the nomination with the majority of delegates? Well, Kyle Kondik joins us now. He's with the University of Virginia's Center for Politics and the managing editor of Sabato's Crystal Ball newsletter. Kyle, it's good to see you this morning. So,
Thanks.
Is what Donald Trump said in effect true? Is Ted Cruz mathematically incapable of getting the majority at this point?
He's unable to get the requisite number of delegates in the nominating season. Of course, if Trump can't get the nomination on the first ballot, Cruz could then get it on the second. So it kind of depends on how you define it. If you can't get
I'm
the
defining delegates as awarded by voters rather than as freelancing at the convention.
Then he can't. But he could still get the nomination.
How tough would it be for Trump to get to the majority before the Cleveland convention?
I think it's definitely plausible for him. He has to start off by doing really well on Tuesday. There are a number of northeastern states that vote. Trump's probably going to win all those states, and he needs to run up the score in them. And then in about 10 days, we've got Indiana, which Cruz is targeting as a state where he's going to try to win, just like he did in Wisconsin.
Right.
If Trump wins Indiana, Trump may be unable, or you probably can't stop Trump if he wins Indiana. If not, we probably have to go all the way to California.
So what does it look like? So let's say Trump on Tuesday, there are 5 states in play, wins all 5, and I think most people are predicting that is likely. And then he's up by 8 or 9, I think, in Indiana, in the one poll we have from that state. He wins that. Where is he delegate-wise?
He would be at about, he'd be plus about 150 from where he is now. Now, some of the contests in May are not as favorable to Trump, and some of them are kind of proportional states. But, you still have to do well in California, where there's 172 delegates. Trump is probably still going to need, 100 plus out there. But, if he wins Indiana, that's maybe about 40 delegates that otherwise you wouldn't necessarily be given to him.
So we just had the new numbers from California up on the board there. The delegates in California are awarded by congressional district. There are an awful lot of them, but Trump seems to be leading in all of them in the state of California. Maybe a reflection of what a disaster that state is. Voters seem really angry there. Do you think there is a realistic chance at this point that we'll really see a contested convention? I mean, really?
I mean, there's a realistic possibility, but I think that a lot of people, particularly after Cruz won Wisconsin, were saying, oh, it's a shoo-in, we're going to have a contested convention. And I just don't think that's true. I think that Trump definitely has a path, and, particularly if he wins Indiana, this thing may be over than most people think.
Yeah. So, I mean, as someone who, last question, as someone who covers politics, thinks about this all day, is it in anyone's interest to have a contested convention and to go through the chaos that would inevitably result from that?
Well, the public is used to the popular vote winner and the delegate leader, winning the actual nomination. It's been the case for the last 40 years when the voters got more involved in the process. So, I think that you could quibble with some of Trump's arguments, but I think that what he said in the clip you just played, basically saying he's got the most votes, got the most delegates, I think that's a pretty compelling argument to a lot of people, even if not everyone agrees with that.
Kyle Kondik from UVA, Thomas Jefferson's University, probably the best college in America. Great to see you.